We use and love visual builders because they make our lives easier for the things we do every day. Sometimes, though, we run into something that's not immediately obvious to us in the interface, and that can turn something that would be simple to do in code into a somewhat frustrating experience in the builder. Today, I'm going to show you one example of that using an employee directory with a custom field for a telephone number and email address. I'm Adam Lowe, president of Peak Performance Digital. You can learn more about me at adamlowe.io or my agency's website at peakperformancedigital.com. If you find content like this helpful, I'd love it if you can give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Now, let me just jump in and say that what I'm going to show you is a bit of an edge case. This isn't a problem with normal mail or telephone links that you would create inside of a block or through the WordPress interface. This is specific to having a custom field where the phone number or email address is stored and where we want to both show it and use it as a link. I think you probably see where I'm going with this now, so let me show it to you on a demo site with my starter theme. Here I have a custom post type for employees with ACF fields for email address and telephone number. The email address is an email field and the phone number is a text field. I've added them to the archive template to show email address and phone number if they exist. And as you can see, they look right. The problem though is the links. If we look down at the bottom of the screen, it appears that the email and telephone numbers are getting appended to the URL instead of being created as mail and telephone links. When we show the page's code, we can see what is happening. The text in the field is being used for the link as is without mail to or tel appended to them. When you think about it, this makes sense. Normally, you'd have a full URL with a protocol identifier that you just need to plop into your href attribute and you're done. In this case, though, we want to display just the phone number or email address, but we also want to link to them, which requires prepending the protocol. And here is where we start wrestling with our visual builder. You see, in code, it's a simple matter to just add the protocol with a few characters. But how do we do that in Pinegrow? There aren't any options for us. Even if we change this from a smart action to a regular action, it's not immediately clear what we should do. I wrestled with this for far longer than I care to admit, but I finally came up with the solution that I'm going to show you now. First, let's take a look at the post field smart action. What we want to do is click this little icon that changes the smart action into a regular WordPress action. After clicking OK in the dialog box, I now have a little bit more control over what I can do with my link field. Now here's where the magic really happens. You see this append to attribute field? I'm going to change that from the default of no to yes without space. Then I'll come over to the element properties panel, and in the href attribute, I'll simply add my mail to protocol. That append to attribute setting will tell the code to append the contents of our custom field to whatever is already in the attribute field. And when we look at the code preview, you can see that it's doing exactly that. With the option disabled, it uses the custom field as the only thing inside the href attribute, but with it turned on, the custom field is added after whatever we manually put in there. Now, just to prove that it's working, I'll flip back to the demo site and you can see it in the address bar that the email address is being created properly. And when I view the HTML code, you can also see the same thing. Pretty clever, huh? Once I understood how to do this, it all made sense, and I actually appreciate the flexibility that it gives me. But getting to that point was incredibly frustrating, which is why I'm making this video. Well, that and I keep forgetting how to do this myself, and I'd rather document the process than go back to old projects each time I can't remember what to do. Anyway, so we did this email field using the ACF action, and that went okay. But what do we do if we're using MetaBox, pods, or just the built-in WordPress custom fields? Let's tackle that now. Back in Pinegrow, I'm going to select the phone number field. I'll open the code preview window so you can see what's happening. Now I'll uncheck the Use ACF Get Field box. That changes ACF's simple get field function back to a vanilla WordPress get post meta function. I'll save and export the theme so we can verify everything on the front end, and as expected, nothing's changed. Now, just like we did with the email field, we'll change the smart field into a regular WordPress action. And once again, I'll set the append to attribute setting to yes without space, and I'll add the tel protocol to the element properties panel. Let's save and export the theme, then check it out on the website. And there you can see, when I hover over the telephone number, the telephone link works and is formatted properly. I hope that my frustration can save you some time and energy. And as always, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe or leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time.